know we're going to have some disagreements on this.
Oh, yes.
Go ahead.
So they won 14 games last year with Sam Darnold as their starting quarterback.
I agree with this, by the way, totally.
This season, they're only going to win 9.
You're higher than I do, I'll tell you that.
Okay. I'm actually going to switch one. I'm actually going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers out of the playoffs.
Whoa, okay, so wait, are you putting all 4 NFC North teams in the playoffs?
No, I'm putting 3 NFC North teams in the playoffs, though.
Okay, so you're taking Tampa out.
Yes. Not
Minnesota. Okay.
No, Minnesota is not going in.
Okay.
But with Minnesota, we don't know enough about J.J. McCarthy. I really like Justin Jefferson. They just traded for Adam Thielen, but he's an older wide receiver. Can Brian Flores replicate what he did with the Vikings defense last season? They fell apart in that last game against the Lions and fell flat against the Rams in the wild card round. I think the Vikings take a step back. In third place at 10-7, making the playoffs under first-year head coach Ben Johnson. This is my switch.
Okay.
Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears. Playoff football will return to Chicago. They get in as the number 7 seed at 10-7, so just barely. But I think Ben Johnson is going to get Caleb Williams to just play really well. At times, I think Caleb might be in MVP conversation. At times, but he will not win it. I think he's going to try and implement the same type of offense he had in Detroit with the 2 running back system. And that's good. I think that'll be to Caleb Williams' benefit because then he can develop the play action off of that. You've got DJ Moore on the outside. You still have Cole Kmet. You have the who's the other tight end they drafted?
Colston Loveland, the tight end.
Yes, Colston Loveland. I think you'll see
Luther Burden as well, the receiver out of Missouri. They have 2.
Yes. So I think you'll see a lot of 2 tight end sets out of the Bears, and that's going to benefit Caleb. So it's more so because I think they take a step forward offensively rather than defensively. I'm still a little bit like this on the Bears defense, but at 10-7, they capture the number 7 seed. And at 12-5, getting the number 5 seed, they will not win the NFC North this season. Their opportunity to do that, well, let's just say cheese was thrown in their face. Because they're going to lose week 1 in Green Bay. Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions, the fighting Dan Campbells. But I still have them making the playoffs. That's the number 5 seed. But people are saying, oh, they're still going to be really good even though they lost Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. Are they, though?
I don't know. You have them at 12-5, so you think they are.
Yeah, I do. But I think they got off to a slow start because I think it'll take them some time to figure it out on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball. But they will get it together and ultimately go 12-5. And then taking the number 1 seed away from the Philadelphia Eagles. At 13-4, the road to the NFC or to the Super Bowl is going through the frozen tundra. Lambeau Field. The team that just traded for Micah Parsons. The team that for the first time in 20 years or whatever drafted a wide receiver in the first round in Matthew Golden. with Josh Jacobs, Christian Watson. Where are thou, Romeo? And the rookie Matthew Golden, led by quarterback Jordan Love, now with Rashawn Gary and Micah Parsons, the Green Bay Packers will win this division. And all the other NFC North teams are going to be like this. Not Green Bay.
So I'm going to actually be rather quick here because I don't disagree with almost anything you said. We have the same 4 teams in the same position. Vikings, Bears in the playoffs as the 7th seed. Lions in the playoffs as the 5 seed. I have the Bears at 10-7. I have the Lions at 11-6, so 1 game worse than you do. I have Green Bay at 13-4, but they will not be the 1 seed. They will be the 2 seed. That is our one difference. I will add to this, though. I am patting myself on the back because this guy actually predicted the Packers to go 13-4 and win the NFC North prior to the Micah Parsons trade. I know nobody will believe me, but I thought this Packers team was underrated going into the season. They reminded me a lot of my Philadelphia Eagles a year ago, where all the talk was, oh, the Niners, oh, the Lions, oh, whoever. And I said, don't forget about my Philadelphia Eagles, even though they had a collapse. This year, the talk has been, oh, the Eagles and the Lions. And I said, don't forget, maybe even the Commanders. And I said, don't forget about the Green Bay Packers because they did make the playoffs last year. They won 11 games where Jordan Love was most of the year. And Josh, you know I'm not a big believer in Jordan Love. This year, I am going into the season, and I will tell you, even before the Micah Parsons trade, I was very high on this Green Bay Packer team. You can look it up on my Substack where I posted these NFL predictions. I kept the narrative in there that I had for the Packers before the Micah Parsons trade as proof.
So I just want to go through the Packers schedule. So that's preseason. Hold on.
Preseason.
Week 1,
Win.
Lions.
Win.
I agree. Week 2, Thursday night football against the
Win.
Commanders.
At home.
Okay. I agree. Win.
Win. Win. They're starting 4-0.
4-0. I agree. Bye week.
Win.
Agreed.
This is where I have them my first loss.
Really?
This is a sneaky one.
Please explain.
At Arizona, West Coast game. I already talked about Arizona is going to be a playoff team. This is a game that they're going to need to win.
And surprisingly, I have them losing their first game the following week on Sunday Night Football in the Aaron Rodgers Bowl in the Steel City.
See, I have a different take. I think there's no way they lose that game. I think that's a blowout for Green Bay. I think Aaron gets embarrassed that game on Sunday night.
I think Pittsburgh's defense shows up.
Okay.
Week 9, Carolina. Look out for this game. Carolina has played them pretty well the last few times.
That's fair. I still like Green Bay, though.
I agree.
This game decides the number 1 seed in the NFC for me.
This is the biggest game of the NFL schedule. Without a doubt, I am going to find my favorite spot on the couch, and I am not moving my ass.
So, spoiler alert here. There's no way I'm picking against my Eagles. Come
on. I wouldn't be surprised if the Eagles run at least 20 tush pushes just to shove it in the Packers' face. And there's Tom Grossi, by the way. Shout out to him.
Obviously, win.
Yes.
Win here at home against Minnesota. I'll give them a loss on Thanksgiving.
I agree. So
they split.
Yep. Win.
I'll give them a win against Chicago at home.
I
have them going into Denver and winning this game.
I have them losing this game.
Okay.
So
I have them losing at Chicago. I think they split with Chicago.
This is the other game that I'm circling with a big red circle. this Baltimore game.
I have them winning the Baltimore game, and then I have them winning against Minnesota. I have them sweeping the Vikings.
Okay. Interesting.
So that's where I have them at 13-4, and I have them, as I mentioned, as the 2 seed because the number 1 seed in the NFC needs no introduction.
No, they don't. I know who you have as the number 1 seed. I know they're the defending Super Bowl champions. I get it. I just had the Packers being 1 game better than them. 1.
So there's no need to spoil it. Obviously, we know Philly's in first. Who is second for fourth? At number 4, at 2-15, tied with the New Orleans Saints for the worst record in the NFL. It's not the Dallas Cowboys, though. It's the New York Giants. Listen, I like their defensive line. I think they may have the best defensive line in football. Kayvon Thibodeau.
I have the Giants doing a lot better than you do.
I could see them winning 8 games. They have Kayvon Thibodeau. They have Dexter Lawrence. They have Abdul Carter. And they have Brian Burns. Here, and they have Malik Neighbors, and they have Russ, and they have all that. Here's my issue. Does Brian Dable even last till October? Look at that schedule for the Giants, Josh, and try to find me 4 wins.
Let's pull it up.
Pull it up. Because I try to find it.
Like I said earlier, this is really fun doing this with you, of pulling up teams' schedules and going through them. We should do that more throughout the season. I'm not even kidding.
I'm open to it, but go ahead and pull up the Giants schedule because find me 4 to 5 wins. I cannot find them.
Okay.
Period.
Giants,
at Commanders, loss. At Dallas, to me, at home, give the edge of Dallas. That's a loss to me.
See, I have the Giants winning that game.
Okay.
Kansas City at home.
There's no way. There is no way. There is 0% chance. 0.
Giants home opener.
No. 0.
I disagree. I got the Giants winning.
No. Just no. That's the worst take you've said all day. No. 0. Loss.
That I agree with.
Win.
Yes.
Loss.
That is an easy loss.
Loss. They
can win that game, actually.
Not against San Francisco. They're too physical. Niners are still too talented. Loss against Chicago.
Agreed.
Loss.
Easy loss. Agreed.
Loss.
Why is this game on Monday Night Football? Why?
Old school rivalry, I guess. Super Bowl rivalry. I don't know. That's a loss. Jackson Dart will be in way before then, by the way, because they stink. That's another loss. Again, find me these wins. Loss. Even Minnesota's better than them. Vegas, we know, is going to be better than them. That's a loss. Dallas, they might win that last game, but I don't know if they can. I mean, I see 3 to 4 wins maximum for this team.
Okay, spoiler alert. I have them finishing third in the division and somehow, some way going 8-9.
I will bet you anything you want. They will not win 8 games. Anything you want. We'll put anything on the line. I'm that confident. I've never been more confident in a prediction in my life that the New York Giants will not win 8 games this year.
It would not be surprising if they do worse. I just think Brian Daboll is going to figure it out once Jackson Dart comes in as the quarterback. It's not going to be with Russell Wilson, but once Jackson Dart comes in, I think the Giants will be reinvigorated, and that's how they get to 8 wins. Okay,
so number 3, I have Dallas at 5-12. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They're going to be bad. I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. What I do want to spend time on is, if you've been paying attention, Josh, to my NFL predictions, you do know that I only had one room for an NFC East team.
So which means the Commanders missing the playoffs.
At 10-7, barely missing the playoffs due to losing the Monday night game at home against the Bears because Caleb Williams gets revenge for the Matt Eberflus disaster on the Hail Mary Week 6 on Monday Night Football. At 10-7, the Washington Commanders barely miss the playoffs. I think they have won so many one-possession games last year. There is a slight regression. And as I've been saying all offseason, outside of Deebo Samuel, which we don't even know if he's the same guy that he was in San Francisco, what have they done to upgrade the receiving core for Jaden Daniels? They've done nothing, and they just got Terry McLaurin back. And the defensive, they really didn't upgrade that at all. I don't see a lot of major moves on this team besides Laramie Tunsil. I think that's their best move of the offseason. I like that move a lot, but I don't think it's enough to move the needle. I think for the first time since 2004, the NFC East has a repeat champion at 13-4, the number one overall team in the NFC, the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay. So, in fourth place at 4-13, because I don't care that they have Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. You have Brian Schottenheimer as your head coach. And oh yeah, Jerry Jones is still your owner. Yeah, the Dallas Cowboys. I don't want to spend any more time on that team than I have to. Like I said with the Giants, I think they figure it out once Jackson Dart becomes their starting quarterback. Not with Russell Wilson. 8-9. I wanted to put the Commanders as the winner and continue the tradition of the NFC East not having a repeat winner. But until somebody proves me wrong about Jalen Hurts, I can't do it. So at 11-6 and capturing the number 6 seed, I have the Washington Commanders. They re-signed Terry McLaurin. For me, that was the biggest story of the offseason, not the Micah Parsons situation. Now they have him back in the fold. They did add to their offensive line. And I like Jaden Daniels. But come on, the Eagles are the defending Super Bowl champions. You're not just going to take them out that easily.
And here's the thing, a lot like our Super Bowl, well, unlike, I should say, our Super Bowl 52 team, this team is young and they are hungry. And I do think there is an aspect to, Josh, what has the conversation been about the Eagles all offseason? It wasn't, oh, can they repeat as Super Bowl champions? Is Jalen Hurts a good quarterback?
Yeah, which I don't understand. But here's my one big question mark with the Eagles, and I think you'll agree with me to a certain extent. They lost a lot defensively. So what's their defense going to be like this season?
So as a fan, I understand that question from your perspective. But as, again, a fan of the team, I don't think people realize the in-house replacements we have for those guys. I am expecting Jackson Hunt, who had a good game in the Super Bowl, to have a Josh Sweat-esque year. For Morna Joro to have a Milton Williams-esque year to replace him. My biggest worry on the defense side of the ball is, are they going to be able to replace Darius Sway as the number 2 corner? That is my worry. Can Kiwi Ringo or Dory Jackson be as productive as Sway? Because I do think Mitchell is going to be a great number 1 corner. That's my one worry about the defense. But I'm not so worried about the defensive line losses because they do have guys to replace them.
I understand that, but you lost the likes of like Josh Simmons, right?
Josh Sweat.
Yes, Josh Sweat.
Which Hunt is going to replace him. I think Hunt's going to be a really good Josh Sweat-esque player by the end of this year.
I don't know why I said Josh Simmons.
I don't know either.
I meant Josh Sweat.
And John Campbell was a first-round pick, a linebacker. I think he's going to make a huge impact as a rookie.
Is Zach Bond still there, or is he gone?
Zach Bond is still there. We paid him. He's there.
Okay.
John Campbell is still there.
Right. But that's my big question. As a fan and as a general analyst, is your defense. I just don't know if it can reach the same level it got to last season.